What's up, everyone? Welcome to another awesome Soul Land video. Hope you're all doing great and having fun. All right, let's jump right into today's episode without wasting any time. So, dude, in the last episode, we saw that Yuhao finds out that Dolorelli is actually his stepbrother. And what's more, he even challenges him to a fight. Lorelli gets all cocky at first, saying, "You don't have a martial soul, and you're not even a soul master. Why are you trying to pick a fight?" But our boy wasn't about to listen. He just says, "Just give it a shot," and that was it. A massive fight breaks out between them. In close combat, Yuhao was totally dominating Lorelli. Seeing this, Lorelli gets furious and activates his martial spirit to attack. But man, Yuhao was still all over him. He beat him to a pulp. Just then, Shuyan jumps in to stop them, but Yuhao shoves her aside too. Lorelli gets angry again and attacks, but Yuhao slams him down again and starts walking towards Shuyan. Now let's see what happens next. So yeah, this episode picks up right where the last one left off. We see Yuhao reaching his hand straight for Shuyan's forehead. From behind, Lorelli yells, "Please don't hurt Shuyan." But in the next moment, the scene cuts and it's morning. As soon as Lorelli opens his eyes, he screams Shuyan's name and starts checking his face. Then he sees Yuhao's empty bed and mutters, "What on earth happened last night, and how did my soul power increase by 2 levels? Just then, Yuhao comes in and says, "Hey, Lorelli, hurry up, we're late for training." With that, Yuhao leaves, and Lorelli, while getting ready, keeps asking, "Hey, listen, what happened last night?" But Yuhao was already on his way to the training grounds. Lorelli quickly gets ready and rushes there asking again, "Tell me one thing. What happened last night, and is Shuyan okay?" Yuhao just signals him to keep quiet for now and that he'll explain later. Just then, Commander Shuyan arrives, and man, she looked super serious. Yuhao also gets that something's wrong. And then a massive explosion happens, destroying everything around them. Lorelli runs to help Shuyan, but Yuhao stops him. The 2 guards there manage to block the impact with their soul power, but everything else caught in the blast was annihilated. A little later, as everyone is recovering, Lorelli crawls out from under the rubble and shouts, "That explosion was at our army headquarters in the northwest. I have to save my father." He starts running, but then Yuhao's hand emerges from the rubble and grabs him. He says, "Are you crazy? Let go of me. My dad must be waiting." Yuhao explains, "You already saw the explosion. There's no point in going now. I can't let you run into danger like that. We don't even know what the situation over there is." While they're talking, Commander Shuyan shows up and says, "From today, you both are promoted and are now my personal soldiers." They both show her respect. Their old commander tells the others to follow them, and they all head towards the headquarters. On the way, Commander Shuyan says, "We'll go straight to back up the front line. Dao Lorelli, you'll be with me." Lorelli agrees. Then she turns to Yuhao. "Tonggang, your combat skills are insane. That's why I want you to go ahead of us and scout the army situation, and if you find our duke, support him." After that, they all go their separate ways. Yuhao flies straight to the front line, and the scene there blows his mind. There were bodies everywhere. It was clear that a major disaster had struck. Many of his comrades were severely injured. Yuhao asks one of them, "Bro, what happened here?" The guy explains, "After the first explosion, fireballs started raining from the sky. Everything was destroyed in seconds. They blew up our base on the mountaintop, and then a ton of flying soul masters swarmed in. They killed all our brothers. Basically, 75–80% of our soldiers were wiped out." Seeing all this, Yuhao understands it was a calculated attack. First, the defense base was destroyed, so no backup could arrive. He thinks, "I knew the Sun Moon Empire's soul equipment was way ahead of ours, but I never thought it would be this devastating." Then he asks himself, what would I do if I was the commander? Maybe I'd retreat north to divert the enemy's army and give the others a chance to escape. And with that thought, Yuhao gets to work. Meanwhile, the leader of the first Soul Master Corps was trying to protect everyone from the aerial attacks with his power, but he was just one man. Explosions were going off everywhere, and people were dying. Then, huge ships from the Sun Moon Empire start bombing from above, making things even worse. Still, these guys fight with all their might to protect their commanders and leader. Their leader comes and says, "We need to get out of here now. I'll act as bait to distract the enemy. You guys escape." But the second commander replies, "Sir, we can't lose you. You are their target. If anything happens to you, our team's morale will shatter. Leave this to me. I know the Sun Moon Empire wants to capture this mountain, not destroy it completely." The leader says, "Sounds like you have a plan." Just then, a top commander from the Sun Moon Empire appears and says, "Why don't you guys just give up? You can't save this place." He activates his weapon. He was just about to attack when our commander tells his leader, "We have to go now. As long as I lead the White Tiger Guards, you'll have a window to escape. I'll keep them busy here until you can counterattack. Get Yuhao to Yuning City safely." In the middle of this, the Duke says, "I will retreat towards Tianming City and strengthen our second defense line on the western border. And listen up, guys. If something happens to me, the Duke's title will go to Yuhao." With that, his father leaves. Yuhao says, "Dad, I want to go with you. I can't let you go into this war alone." But his father gives him a swift kick, hands him over to his commander, and leaves. That commander, receiving his orders, says, "All right, I understand." He drops his defensive barrier and yells to his remaining men, "Friends, back us up. If you have even 1% of strength left, stand up for your homeland and fight until your last breath." And with that, they too jump into the fray and start firing like crazy. Elsewhere, we see Daio's friend saying, "Brother Daiho, I feel so bad for you." His companion replies, "Commander, there's nothing to feel bad about. We will fight until our mission is complete. There is no shame in fighting for our country." And in a flash, the entire battlefield becomes a war zone. The level 8 and 9 soul guides are wrecking the enemies, but still, no one backs down. Even those who could barely walk were supporting each other, stumbling forward. Then, the leader of the White Tiger clan, Yuhao's dad, roars, "All right, if this is my final battle, then today I will show you the true power of my White Tiger clan." He activates his soul rings and martial spirit and charges at the enemies. The Sun Moon Empire's commander says, "Wow, Duke Daihao, your strength is incredible. Good thing Yashi sent 2 divisions with us, or you'd be hard to handle." Then he orders his army, "Listen up, everyone. Capture Duke White Tiger alive at all costs." And then, White Tiger becomes everyone's target. A volley of bullets rains down on him, but the Duke doesn't give up. In the middle of this, Yuhao arrives and uses the true form of his mental ability. He launches a powerful mental attack, causing all the enemies to miss their targets and lose their balance. Everyone is stunned, wondering what just happened. No one has a clue. White Tiger was confused too, but then he sees a few blurry scenes where his son is introducing him to a spiritual master and talking about his amazing spiritual energy. Back in the present, the Duke ignores all that and starts to leave with his team. Just then, Yuhao appears and using his mental ability says, "The leader sent me to help you all. I'll lock down all the enemies here with my ability, then you can attack them with your full strength. Don't worry, I've got it controlled." With this seeing Yuhao, the Sun Moon Empire's commander says, "I never thought the Holy Spirit Church had such a powerful guy and that he'd be here to help me today. Oh well. Now the 2 of us will cause some real destruction." He activates his full power and shouts, "Time for an all-out attack," and unleashes his weapon. A bright light flashes, and in a few seconds, everyone there, even the Duke, is killed. The guy is ecstatic and thinks, now that the original Duke of Baihu and his men are dead, we've achieved a great victory. But then he gets suspicious. If this guy's from the Holy Spirit Church, why didn't we see him before? As soon as he looks up at the sky, he realizes Yuhao is gone. That's when it hits him. They were all caught in an illusion. The commander gets furious at himself for falling into the trap. He says, "I have to find him and finish him off immediately, or he'll become a huge threat to us later." He orders his team to advance, thinking to himself, "I have to find him. He has an incredible illusion soul skill. Whoever used it must be a titled Doluo."
Meanwhile, Yuhao and the others retreated quickly. Yuhao was leading them. His father looks at him and says, "You saved our lives again. Thank you so much." If in the future, Yuhao cuts him off, we should focus on moving forward for now. They're still after us. Then, Yuhao yells to everyone, "Listen up, see that black gate in front of you? Go through it without a second thought. Once you're inside, you'll all be safe." Yuhao's father repeats his words. "You heard the order. The entire White Tiger team will go through that gate. No one looks back." Everyone moves forward. Yuhao had used the power of God's electrolysis here. As people enter through the gate, their horses start screaming in fear. Hearing this, the soldiers outside hesitate. That's when the White Tiger Duke yells, "Don't be scared, just go inside." Yuhao uses his divine sun to check how far the enemy is and finds they are getting very close. He asks the White Tiger Duke, "Why aren't you going in?" He explains, "I have to secure my people first. I'm afraid the enemy will get here before we can evacuate everyone. I'm the only one who can stop them." With that, he moves forward and says, "As long as my people haven't safely crossed, I will stand my ground here." The entire enemy army was in front of them, rapidly advancing. Yuhao says, "We need to focus on getting out of here right now. The enemy is too close." He then leaps into the air and says, "Since you've decided to fight, then get ready. I hope all your comrades get out of here before the battle begins." With that, Yuhao uses his mental ability again. Seeing this, the enemy commander laughs and says, "You think that trick will work on me again?" He orders his men, "Set all weapons to 18-degree angle. The target is 1,000 meters away. Fire!" And a massive assault begins. Yuhao tries to protect everyone from the attacks while also dodging them himself. But doing two things at once was proving difficult. He thinks, "I didn't expect them to get here so quickly." Yuhao also realizes that with so many explosions, he can't use his illusion power effectively. He tries to hide. The enemy commander says, "Hide all you want. Let's see where you end up." Then, he orders his comrades, "Target those black gates and blow every single member of the White Tiger clan to bits. No one should survive." Just as they fire, the White Tiger Duke leaps into the air, shouting, "You dare," and kicks a cannonball back at them, causing a huge explosion on their side. After that, the White Tiger Duke uses his transformation and attacks with his golden claws so fiercely that more than half the enemies are taken down in seconds. They fire at the Duke too, but his speed was incredible. Just then, Yuhao shows up and says, "I think I found an opening." Yuhao's father unleashes a powerful slash attack. As soon as Yuhao appears before them, the commander attacks him with his net, but Yuhao dodges it. Then, the White Tiger Duke encases himself in a barrier, saving his life as well. Now he's really mad. He says, "All right then, now you will witness the true form of the White Tiger." He reveals his true form and starts attacking relentlessly. The commander orders an attack with his own weapon, but then Yuhao uses a technique called print substitution. A formation appears under the White Tiger Duke, and he teleports right behind the commander. Yuhao then uses his soul shock attack, and the father-son duo begin to overwhelm the enemies. Yuhao's father uses his destructive power, but the commander uses the Grade 8 Soul Spirit Guardian Crown to save himself, and then a Grade 9 defensive tool. But it's no match for Yuhao's father's attack. He shatters the barrier and knocks the commander cold. Meanwhile, Yuhao tells his dad, "Go and take control of the Sun Moon Empire's needle weapon first." He does exactly that. Taking down soldiers one by one, he starts to gain control of the On weapon. The commander yells, "No, stop him!" But it was too late. Yuhao activates the needle weapon, and Yuhao freezes everyone with his mental skill, saying, "Yulin, it's time for you to taste your own medicine." The needle weapon is fired, and one by one, all the enemies are killed in a massive explosion. And that's it for today, folks. Hope you all really enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to hit that like button. And if you're new to the channel, subscribe. See you in the next video. Until then, bye-bye.